Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn my camera on. But we're going now, and what we're going to do today is we are going to get this moved out of my way. We're going to do a flip through of Somerset Studio, the Interactive Mixed Media Journal. And the reason I'm doing this is because for some reason these books, there's other ones too that I haven't got yet that I'm thinking about it. I'm talking to the Lord about it. Is getting these books for ideas. So I just thought we could flip through it, see what's there, talk about it a little bit if y'all want to, and go from there. So the first thing you notice on the cover are these paintbrushes. Inside this book, they tell you how to make these paintbrushes, how to decoupage or paint or whatever you want to do with them, which I think is a cool idea. I just didn't have the paintbrushes nor the ephemera, actually, the decoupage to do it with, but it's really cute. Turn this around here. And they just got it's got a lot of different stories. Let me just turn it on this way so y'all can see. A lot of different stories, techniques, the different books that are in here. They're doing a letter, like a envelope type of situation where it would be mailed out to them, and then they would be going, they would get them and put them into the magazine. So there's some of those, and there's different ideas, different things that they're talking about, doing different departments. It's basically just the index of the book. This is really cute, the rabbit hole they go into making the ephemera for this. You got that. You got this little thing here. You got that, and you got all the supplies that you need for it listed in here, and even let's see what the sale says. Working on this mixed medium book was like a free fall down the rabbit hole every day, a way to access a childhood memory and stay in touch with all my inner child. So there's quite a list here of different things to use on these. But do believe that you would be making, let me see, I think you would be making this little book with all three of those, with that one there's your cover, and then that being, I think that's your cover, your back. Oh, it keeps going. So, and it gives you step by step through each one of them. So it's a cute little book. Comes up being a cute little book. Let me go ahead and do the flip through the pages for you. Huh? You got my package? Good. I am so happy. The one that I sent out for the monthly package deal? Is that what you're talking about? Is that the package? Oops. If that ain't the one, I'm in trouble because I just let it go. You have a lot of Alice stuff. This is a cool book. Like I said, it gives you all the supplies you would need to do it. It just in case, because I know you mixed the Somerset Studio. So they're interactive mixed media journal, and they have a lot of different books. Love them. Just looking at them, I can spend a whole day just looking at the books. So it goes through pages and gives you all the supplies, and then walks you through these different pages. I think this is cute. I think they're all cute. That's my problem, is that I'm not able really to do it. I'm just not. But yeah, I think it's all cute. It goes into each of the pages, just, little tips. Let's see what this tip says. Fill the book pages before the pages are bound together. Allow all the pages to lie flat and completely dry before assembling the book. Use a simple saddle stitch technique to bind the book together. Okay, the saddle stitch technique. I have never used it. I have I've never used it. I've always used just staples or rubber bands for binding. So I've never done the saddle stitching or any of the whatever other kinds of stitchings they have. But it goes in real close into even The clock here on this one goes in real detailed. Like I said, I don't know if that's, I'd have to look to see if it is stamped or if it's embroidered on there. Could be either one. It goes into slight detail of what they did and how they did it on each of the cards for the book. This is one I'd love to try. These are all old paintbrushes, and I really just would really like to try this. You got the monthly surprise box. What did you think, Lisa? Kind of give me your thoughts on it, because that'll help me for next month. Because I really didn't know what to put in there. I went through my stuff. Went, oh, you can have some of this. You can have some of that. So that's how I did that monthly box. But this was really kind of cool. It goes into the story of it and things like that. Then it goes into each one of these. It has your supplies you need, the different techniques for flat brushes and round brushes, and the tips. Let's see what these tips have to say. Explore the possibilities of adding stamps or collage work to the body of your paintbrush. Add your paintbrush to a worthy vase to put on them on display. So you start out with something looking like this, and then could end up looking like something like this, which I think is really cool. It's real cool. You're still able to keep. That has to be decoupage. I've got to look now. It's got to be decoupage. You have not opened it yet? Oh, Lisa. Okay, see? Now I have to wait until you open it. See? I want to know what you think. And what you do, you ain't even opened the box yet. Did you just get it? This little book is called Serendipity. I'm not getting one. I refuse to get any of the shots. I had the first 2 for COVID. That's it. I ain't getting any more of those. And I don't get any flu shots. I don't get any shingle shots. The next thing, I mean, they're coming up with a new one every month. I don't know. I just don't do it. Lord knows I'm not going to do it. So he knows I won't. Ooh, this is an idea. I've thought about this. I think from seeing this is instead of using binding, you actually use fabric in between them, in between the pages, like that, and sew them down, sew them together. So that's an idea for a book there. Let's see. And different supplies needed to do this. It's really cool. Different stencils and whatnot. And they do give you free paper. There is paper inside this book. Every once in a while, here's one that's really nice. I like it. It's real pretty. So you'll get paper in here. You know, I want to say there's at least 3 to 4 sheets of paper that they give you, if not more. So there's that. And this one looks like it's already ready to come out is what it's ready to do, but it's not. I keep them in there until I'm ready to use them. But what I like about this book is it gives you, like this is a gel print plate to create a landscape. So this is a gel print. From the looks of it, I would say maybe a roll-off. Could have been a roll-off, but maybe not. I've got prints like that sometimes where the colors just kind of stay in one place pretty much. So that's kind of cool. And then she did the trees. Yes, I did, Sharon, and that's why I wanted to show it to y'all. I did get this one. I should be getting a new one here pretty soon, so I thought I'd do a flip through of this one. And I should, like I said, I should be getting a new one, but they have one for that's called Somerset, or is it Stampington? I think it's Stampington Journal, Somerset Journaling, and it's a book like this, but it's on journaling, doing journals. So, so yes, I do get. I have a a subscription for these trees. It just says use the gel plate to create a landscape-inspired background on old ledger paper, and adhered it to a watercolor journal page. Paint the structure of the trees with acrylic paint or inks. Add additional tree shapes and adhere them to the journal page. So that's how that one was done. That was their spotlight one. I think they have a few spotlight things throughout this book. And then tags. Now, I read through this one and it took me a while to understand what they were talking about. To me, these are just tags. But what they're talking about is actually if we can bottle an inspiration or the excitement that comes with being creative. While we know that it isn't possible, I found the next best thing. At least it works for her. Maybe it will work for you. It's proven that scent is the most powerful sense in recall memory. To speak scientifically, I'm not even going to speak scientifically about this. So in some of her tags, she actually has put um, like ribbon on it, and it may have some of the oils. I don't have that art journal. I have to get that one. I haven't gotten that one yet, Sharon. So these are all bookmarks, and it looks like from what I'm reading that some of them just have flowers in them, and then some of them have the the essential oils or the oils on them, or whatnot. It looks like, and they all have the smell, so you can smell it. Just cool. My problem is I put it in an envelope and some be allergic to it. That's just my thinking. I can't do that. I'd send it to somebody and they'd be allergic to it. Just my, it's essential oil. I use an essential oil, which usually people are not allergic to, but just my luck and the way things go for me, they'd be allergic to it. But I mean, this one says beloved bath. What if you put like a scent of whatever your favorite scent is? When I looked at that, I thought, man, that looks like chocolate, or that looks like coffee maybe. And this I already know is like a sachet of roses, because I've done that before, and it's really hard to make them small enough. You're allergic to essential oils, all of them, Sharon? Because I don't know if they're not, if they're essential. I don't have as much problem as if they're the kind of fake stuff. So this is a cool idea to me, is to make these tags. But could you imagine opening a box and it smelling like basil, or smelling like coffee, or a coffee scent to it, or even a little sachet, like I said, of this one. I have dried roses, so sitting a little thing of roses in there. If someone's burning it, now that's different. Having it as a smell and burning it is totally different, because it may not even be essential oils. It may actually be the the fake stuff, because the fake stuff will. I don't do well with the fake stuff because it's usually too strong. It's not mixed correctly, you know. So I have a problem with the ones that aren't real. So it could have been either way. Because I've never heard of anybody being allergic to the essential oils themselves, but I have heard of many people. I can't handle the smell of the artificial stuff. There is one scent that my husband hates, and I haven't smelled in so long because he doesn't like it. It's called patchouli. I love the smell of patchouli. I did. Let me put it this way. I used to love the smell of patchouli, but I haven't smelt it in so long that I don't know if I like it yet or not now. Oh goodness. Since our triggers for migraines, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Yeah. That that would make sense that it would cause problems with migraines. That it makes sense to me. That some sense would trigger those, yeah. So I'll be very careful because I really thought this would be cool to do something like this, but now that you mention it, maybe it wouldn't be. I mean, the different tags could be cool, but maybe doing them in a different way without the scents on them would probably be a better idea. And then it just kind of goes into how to use them, and what to do. Put them in little books and on pages. Here's a button book. Let's see different books. Let me see what this says. Uh, your dog was going to hippie vet, and they were real, but I fell asleep right by, and then you guess your mouth was open. You need to stop, Sharon. That's just all there is to it. Take your dog to a hippie vet. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Never mind. I understand. My sister had a dog that had to go to a hippie vet too. Sure did. But this is what all this is. This little area right here is different scents and aromas, and making sure that you let people know what it is and whatnot. And so, like y'all said, you have to be very careful for what you do. Black currant, they're famous. I've no problem, but I don't have an animal. My husband, after our Maltese passed away, he was like, "No more, I can't handle it," because it was just a sad situation. Italian Collective. Hmm. This. It's a pretty book, pretty creation. And here are the supplies needed, I guess, for each of the pages. An all book border old book. It really is. It's very hard. Our little Maltese had a heart murmur, and he was a small. You know how little Malteses don't get very big. He was like maybe 12 pounds, maybe 12, 13 pounds, and he got a heart problem, and his heart enlarged. That's what it was. It wasn't a murmur. Yeah, well, they called it a murmur, but it was like he went as a human, and what a human would be calling it was congestive heart failure. And by the time we had to just let him go, we finally just had to let him go. He had the heart. The size of his heart was like a German Shepherd. His heart had gotten that big from the fluids and everything, and he was. I mean, we were giving him meds. He would, it just got sad there at the end when we knew we had to do something for quality of life. And it's been years. I mean, it seemed like it was yesterday, but it's been years ago. What gets me in this book? I mean, the supplies are real simple. I'm not going, yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I've got that. And then you look at what they did with everything. You're going, yeah, I've got that. And you're going, now how did they do it? And they have the techniques down here of how you do it. They go into, different ideas on each one, and she says the main objective to teaching techniques that foster others to make art that are reflectance of who they are. And then they give little samples of what you can do, if you want to do a project for yourself to keep for yourself, what the fragrance is, what project it went with, and the date. So it gave samples of those. That's about how long Chewy was. Chewy was about 13 when he passed away. She got out of the cone and then hid it. Poor little Luna got out of the cone and she hid. I'd have buried it. That's what I'd have done. If I were a big dog, I'd have buried it. Took it to the backyard, chewed it up, and buried it. But she gives, I mean, in like this one here, here's a sample of some of the things to get you. Let me read this because it's really interesting. Many artists found it difficult to step outside their comfort zones when it comes to working with color. They may have a palette or two that feel compelled to create with and rarely stray. That is why we love the way Max Woodcock, who admittedly was drawn to neutral colors, pushed herself to create using all sorts of shades. When challenging yourself, you can be helpful to start small. Sort paper scraps by color, then use them along with other supplies you enjoy creating with, or a small piece of art for each space. And so it kind of gives you let me see. You couldn't find it. She hid that. Oh yeah, Lena hid it. Hid that cone. You little booger. They can get all the little dogs. The German Shepherds and the bigger dogs can get those cones off, but the little dogs are not. I've just praised God I never had to put one on Chewy. We had to muzzle him. We had to put a muzzle on that little booger. You want to clip his nails, you better muzzle him. You want to do anything with him other than mommy or daddy, and even then, sometimes if he was cranky, you could get bit. So we did have to muzzle him, but we never had to put the coat of shame on the poor baby, the poor coat of shame. But this gives you different colors, green, blue, indigo, violet. And then this is to add flowers. To add flowers to your art can be intimidating. Try this clever method shared by Max Woodcock on 51. We're not there yet. Cut out at least 6. What? Man, why don't they just say circles? From assorted pattern pages, vintage text, and rub on inks on the edges. Glue them to your background and start with the largest one and ending with the smallest. Use a black felt tip pen to add squiggly doodles around each circle and add button in the middle to finish. Use this page as an experiment with the different color painting sizes and more. Let's see. She had her lunch times when she wanted to look again. She found it in a basket at the very back of the bedroom closet covered by long trees. That's pretty smart for Lena to do that. So she had to go and search for it. You did the circles and put them in your Happy Meal. How cool, Sharon. Yeah. Well, I think it's just they're trying to get us out of our comfort zone. I know my comfort zones are pretty much your pale colors. It's good. My combinations are really weird for me. I don't really like the dark tones. They're too moody for me. And oranges, you get to a certain color orange, I just don't like it. Orange for me is one of those things I just really don't like. But pastels, I love pastels. Love them. I go from pastels to metallics. That's where I kind of lean to is, pastels or go straight to metallics. And even, in my paint, I've got my watercolors or pastels or your basic watercolors, and then I go to metallics. You've opened the box. Minglet got a box today. I didn't send any to you, Teresa. This is the month box. This is the surprise month box of the month box that Lisa got. I stuffed it full of stuff for her. I told you, Teresa, I was going to be doing that. And I was going to be once a month. I was picking somebody out of the group that's been here and sending them a surprise box. And so Lisa got hers, sent it out this week. And that was quick. I didn't think you'd get it till tomorrow. This is true. You never can tell, Teresa. So what we're doing, you know what we're doing, don't you? You you've been here? Well, you sneaky little thing, you. So it just sneaks in here. Positive affirmations, cut a length of watercolor paper and fold it in half. Randomly apply acrylic paint to all sides of the paper. Adhere a various of paper strips, including a vintage book page, to the inside of the booklet. Stencil designs on the book page. Loosely paint watercolor flowers on the additional piece of watercolor of the watercolor paper and then cut them out. Then wrap a vintage book page around the flowers and wrap tulle around the bundle. Wrap tulle around the bundle. And adhere it inside the booklet. Write affirmations on the watercolor paper and cut them out. Okay. I'm reading it and I'm looking at the picture, so I'll let y'all look at it for a little bit there. So that's what they wrapping tulle. Maybe they just wrapped some up. That's not what they said, though. Okay. Where were we at? Wrap the vintage books around the flowers. Okay, there's the flowers that I guess they did in watercolor. Wrap the tulle around the bundle, which is that with that. You've been following along with me with your book? How fun. And then it has to adhere to the inside of the book. Write affirmations on the watercolor paper, which must be this here, and cut them out. Punch a hole in the top of each one and tie the vintage seam binding through it. Must be their vintage seam binding. I don't have any vintage seam binding, but I got some white that we could tie dye. I could drop in a tea glass for a while. Place the affirmations inside the booklet. Paint more flowers on the watercolor paper and cut them out. Layer them with a strip of painted paper and adhere them to the front of the booklet. Adhere decorative tape to the booklet. Well, that's kind of cool. I don't see it as a booklet, though. Is it just me, or do y'all see it as a booklet? This must flap up, maybe. I don't like her instructions. No, I don't. Listen, somebody that I don't even know will be watching this going, she didn't like that. She's reading the book. You don't have the book? No, this is a subscription book that I got, and I actually got it in. It's the August to October book, and I'm going to say I got it in July, middle of July. So I think the new one will be coming in pretty soon. You like using netting? I have a bunch of it. I just don't know if I like using it yet or not. It seems to get everywhere. So, but that's kind of cool. Now cards. Here we go. I'm making some cards. Now I have made a lot of cards, but I did them like I made a lot of cards, but they're very simple cards. And they're very stickers and painting paper. And you're going back to the balcony. Well, you go ahead, Tracy. You just sitting there and listen to us just yak. Listen to me yak, I should say. just not doing anything but looking through this book. I didn't know what to do today, which I think I say every Monday that I don't know what to do. So I saw this book sitting here and I wanted to look through it. So I thought I'd look through it with y'all. So here are all these different cards in here, and some of the sayings I like because you can tell that they cut those letters out of different places, and then the design. I like when we did the 31 cards for, when was it? The July 31 cards for 31 days in July. That was fun, but I use mostly stickers, mainly stickers and maybe some stamps. Yeah, it was for in July. You're going to take a nap? Well, that sounds good, Teresa. Why don't you do that? You're going to eat lunch and take a nap? Questioning. The postcard thing that Carrie Griffith did for July was the 31 postcards, one postcard a day in July for 31 days. And we would picture each one of them we did, and we would show them off in different sites and whatnot. But it was fun, but it was stressful to me to do it. But I think they're going to do it again next year, from what I'm understanding. Oh, you did the junk journal in July? You did it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was rough. Cindy did it. Yes, I believe Cindy did do it. With magazine journals? No, this the only reason I brought it up, Teresa, was because they were talking about cards here in the magazine. But these are journaling ideas, ways you can journal. There is a journal magazine, yes, out there. As soon as I Carrie, yes, Carrie the Crafter. Hi, Doretha. We're just looking at this magazine that I've gotten because the new one's going to be coming out, and I wanted to look at this today. So I thought I'd share it with y'all. What it is called Somerset Studio, and it gives all kinds of artwork with the instructions on how to do it and everything. I just love it. Junk journaling in July. I did the lives for that. The junk journaling in July. Where was that in July that we were doing those two? No. When did we? For anyone out there that may remember, when did we do the streamathon where we took time frames to do stuff? Do you remember, Lisa Minglet? I should say. Do you remember Minglet? Because I think you were part of that too. But we took, it was like a 24-hour or up to at least two in August. Okay, I know we did it pretty close to the postcard um, fun and festivities. So these are the cards they did and showed, and like I said, they give you all the things you would need for that, and they will show you how the different. I like this one because it's like a real watch, and I could just see somebody taking that watch apart to make this card. And then just doodles. It looks like doodle leaves and some other stuff. So that's just cool. That could have been a stamp, or like I said, I really think somebody took a watch apart or did some on a steampunk art on it. You did the flowers on page 49. Hold on a minute. Let's get over there. Oh, wait a minute. Here we are. We are 49. You did this one right here. You did this flower right here, or did you do the leaves here? Mm-hmm. That is cute, Sharon. They're darling little things. But see, I am an artist that is, I question everything I do. If I couldn't do this flower exactly as it is, it upset me because my flower wouldn't look like that flower. So it upset me and I wouldn't do it. Which I know is crazy, but it's just the way I am. And I know I can't draw leaves like this. I'm dyslexic and have other issues going on too at the same time. So when everything starts triggering in at the same time, my artistic ability comes out of it, becomes very stickery and stuff like that. Excuse me. We're gonna have to. You're gonna have to go in and show some of this artwork in pictures, Sharon. Have you put it up in group in Beth's group? In this picture. You cheated. You carbon copied them. You had carbon copies. You still had to do more. How fun though. Well, see, I would trace it out to the best of my ability and see if I couldn't do it that way. This to me seems real fun, but very goodness. The steampunk idea, I'm on the edge of steampunk. I like it, but I'm unsure about it. One day, one of y'all remind me, and I will show you some wings that I did. I was going to get a cross to go in the center of it, and I can't find one. It's too big. It'd be very large, but it's wings that I did in steampunk. I'll get them out. Let's do that Friday. I'll get them out and let y'all see them. We can do that then. They're just showing different cards, different ways of doing them. Okay, here's some tips. Let's see what they have to say here. Tips. Begin each card with one color and then try adding a pop of contrasting color. If a card seems to lack something, adding black or white to the composition usually works. Adding black markers around the edges acts as a frame and tips and ties everything together. Well, this is true. I have not seen anything that Carrie the crafter has ever done to put that he doesn't do the edges, and so usually it's a brownish color. Yeah, steampunk pieces maybe die cut and waxed pieces too. Yeah, a lot of mine, but I've seen things actually made by real. I mean, I did my steampunk. I did it with beads and chain, and oh, good night. If we're going to talk about it, let me get it out. Let me just turn this upside down like this. Let me see if I can reach it. Let me see if I can get it down here. Well, there went that. All right, guys. Let me lay it down here. There you go. And the cross should have been right here with the center, with it laying like here, and then the cross goes up further. But I used a lot of beads, chain, different little stuff that I found. I used a lot of glue, and I used a lot of what is called Elmer's. It wasn't Elmer's regular school glue. It was Elmer's heavy duty glue that does white. So I had fun with this. There's still places that I wish I could stick some stuff on here with, but I'm pretty much, little watches like this. I mean, there are times where I'd like to peel something off and use it in something else now. I'll be honest. There's like, oh, I could scrape that off and use that in this. That'd be perfect, and you can't because it's pretty much just glued on there so heavily. But what was funny is when I picked it up, I heard something pop. So a bead, more than likely was a bead or something, just popped off and went flying. So, but this is what I consider steampunk, is little, even if it were different parts of the watch in different areas too, would be cool. But to me, this was, when I heard mixed media, this is what I saw. Was all kinds of stuff just thrown together. And the crosses, I don't know. I haven't found it. Now, when I got these wings, I thought, oh, that would be, I needed to buy the cross also. And I should have. I said, no, I put it off, is what I did. I said, well, no, I'll get it later, because it was very expensive. I'll get it later. Let me get this, and then I'll get the cross. The guy's gone. The guy who made these wings and the cross are gone. He's gone. And so, and it would have to be a big cross, I think. Let's see. It would have to be, let's see, the top itself would probably have to be, let me back up a little bit here, 13, about 15 to 16 inches from this base here. But I don't know what to do with it. It sits around and does nothing. Actually, that's what it does. It just sits here. I've actually thought of gifting it to somebody, but I don't know anybody who would want it. Because this is one of those things that will take a special person to really enjoy this type of thing. I think it's not something that everybody would want to have in their mailbox. So that's my little deal. And they even there's dangles on here. Let me see if I can get it to stand up. Put a mirror inside of it. I could. What I thought about doing was getting a heart, a stuffed heart that would fit like right in here, like right here, to cover this up. Or another part of me is like, why don't you just paint that, or go ahead and get some more jewelry and stuff and cover it. Hi, Miss Cindy. How you doing? We're just chatting and looking at books and looking at my wings that I did. And I don't even see. There she is. You popped in real sneaky like, Cindy. You getting ready for tonight? But so that is my mixed media. Like I said, I have chains on it. The actual chain that is tied up in this, but it moves. It will dangle and whatnot. So that is the first junk anything I ever did was this. So, but this is truly, so you could always do that. But it is, I don't even know if I could find a mirror that would fit. It would have to be, something special. I'd have to find it and be able to know that it would work within the parameters. Let's see. This thing is it is an inch wide right here. Right at an inch right here in the center base there. It is an inch wide and goes into about 1.5 inches. Yeah. So that's not really a whole lot. What do you mean mirrored paint? Mirrored paint? I don't know, Teresa. I haven't seen mirrored paint. That could be interesting though. So that is that. I will get this put away now. We'll go back to our book and see what else we can find to make our little selves decided we have to do a bunch more stuff. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so we're talking about these cards and how they give little tips and tricks and give you all the stuff you need to do in it. Now, I thought this was cool. Not something that I would do, but it's kind of interesting. I found it to be interesting. And they go into how to make it, your supplies that you need and everything you would need to do, to make what you're making there. And they have a lot of different stuff. They have a shoe with a bird in it. This one had just a nest with a bird in it. So there's a lot of stuff you could do with this. Another page just to play with. And then here's another one. That's something to think about. It'd have to be a big doll, Cindy. It'd have to be huge. Because those wings, I didn't measure the wings. I'm sorry, guys. I already got it put up. Oh, this page with the clocks and stuff on it. This is just paper in a magazine. This is paper from Somerset Studio magazine. Is what we're looking at. The new one should be coming in, and I wanted to go look at this one today. So I thought I'd just look through it with y'all. There might be another page here. Let me look. Just that one. And then here's another spotlight. Autumn walks. Let's see what they're doing with this. Using a gel printing plate to create a landscape-inspired background. Adhere to watercolor journal page. Paint the structure of the tree with acrylic paint or inks and cut leaves shapes from the painted papers and adhere them to the tree. That sounds pretty much 16-inch doll. You think would work? An 18-inch doll? I don't know. Now you're going to make me get it down again, Cindy. Now you're going to make me get it down again and measure it because I think that'd be too small. I really do. Let's see. Okay, here they go. Put those back out here. Alrighty, I should have known better. I should have just left them sitting. Went ahead and talked about the book, but left it sitting. These wings are, let me just put that there, 12 inches long. 12 inches long, and the biggest part of it is about, the top is about 4.5, a little over. Yeah, about 4.5 there. So it's kind of long. Aren't those, let me see, aren't those dolls, like you said, 18 inches? Yeah, it's 12 inches. I don't know. I mean, I could always, like you said, Lisa, I could cut this off. On the shoulders. It'd be heavy. This is a heavy piece. This is solid wood. It is a big piece of wood, is what it is. Let me turn it on here. It's just one big solid piece of wood. Now I have other pieces. I got some crosses too that I haven't done anything with except what I do with it. I think I put some stain on it. I think, but I have them, but I don't have all the fun and all the stuff like I did at the time I did this. I don't have that anymore. Am I going to be getting some? Probably, knowing me. I really don't know. I don't know where I would put a doll with wings on them. I really don't know. Uh, I know that for the cross, it went before the. I think it was like it hung like this, and then the cross was above it like that. Here, that was real good, Joe. Kind of like this, and the bottom of the cross would come down here, and you were kind of like the arms. I want to say the arms were above this. The arms were above this, then the cross, then the bottom. And it was big. It was huge. Well, that's true. If I had, I have one doll that I've had since I was 2, and the rest of them are stuffed animals and stuff. So I'm not really into that type of stuff. I'm really not. But this thing has sat there for years, many years. I would say I did this, uh, if not 2013, 2000, somewhere around 2013, because I had gotten these before, and I got them around 2012, 2013 is what I'm thinking. So I did that back then when I was looking at it. The widest point below the wood center, okay, right here is millimeters. Okay, this is 12 inches. This is 12 inches. This right here below, this right here is 11 inches. So at the widest point, here and here, is 12 and a half. Let me see. 12 and a half inches. Yeah. And it goes down to about 12 right here. So your widest part isn't really, it's like right here. And it may have been that the center of the cross would have been here, like in here. But my way of thinking is, why would you have the center of the cross be in the center of the wings? But now that I look at it, because when I did this, I'll be very honest with you, I was doing okay, but I wasn't quite there yet. I mean, I was artistic. I was trying to be artistic. I'll put it that way. I love this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I've got ideas. I was going to put a stuffed heart right in the center of it and hang it that way with by this, but yet have a stuffed heart in the center of it. But I don't know. And I know I have to hang it like this. I can't hang it the other way because the clocks are facing down. They're facing that way. And if I faced them the other way, if I faced them like this, put the wings up like that, that would, because the clocks are upside down, that would just drive me up a tree. Picture. I don't know. It's just really cute. Like I said, I've kept it. It's been hiding out. Certain little pieces. I remember finding them and putting them on there. And I actually would go on eBay and get a huge box of junk jewelry just so I could find pieces to do this or do something else in it. I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas. I've had a lot of ideas of what to do with it. I probably will not do anything. We're talking about moving, and until that happens, I probably won't do anything with it. Until I know we're moving and we're not going anywhere, I don't want to I don't want to do something with it and then it break on the way on the move. That would just crush me. So I'm just going to put it back up where it was at and whatnot. I could put a picture in it, Teresa, but my house isn't really made for to hang a doll on, Cindy. Um, it would not work. This wouldn't work. We have a lot of seascapes, more nautical in the living room, and more just very down because we are trying to get moved. So we everything's kind of very boxy, as in going into or in a box. A lot of my stuff, my wedding pictures are all put away. They're all in a box. Actually, they're in a drawer in here. Then they will be going into a box when we get to that point of actually packing up to move. We're just looking right now to moving. So there is that. I might be able to find a porcelain doll. I do like old porcelain dolls. I had a couple that I had found in an auction, and I was going to keep them, but I I had a little second niece that got born, and I think I sent the porcelain dolls to her. Silly me, I should have known better, but I didn't. But I might be able to find but it would have to be big. It'd have to be a big doll. I mean, I think I could put this. My my doll that I've had since I was 2 is a mannequin. She is a 0 to 3 month old that she wears 0 to 3 month old clothing, and I've had her since I was 2. My grandfather got me actually took her off the shelf and bought her for me when I was 2. So I keep thinking maybe there was a way to tie them onto her, but they're just too heavy. It's so heavy that I just like I said, even hanging it up, I have to have some good sturdy stuff on it to get it to hang and to hang correctly. But so there's that. I'm just going to set it aside in case y'all want to talk some more about it. I'll put it over there, but it's very. At times I like looking at the pieces of it instead of what's there. Use wire to tie it up. I could, or else what I may do is just go ahead and bring it across. Bring the jewelry across of it. Let me pull it back up here. Put that down there like that. Go ahead and put jewelry and beads and whatever across it and leave it like it is and then hang it up from there. Is what I'm actually thinking about, is doing that. And then getting a hanger that has like to where it would balance kind of on them. Something like that to where it would hang. Let me put it like this. So we could get it to balance off and hang well. I don't know how we do it. My husband's good at stuff like that. So that may be exactly what I do. I may just go ahead and finish it up across and then just hang it like that. Find another clock or something to put on it. So, but that's my one thing that I have done that I have kept around since I've done it. And you're the first people, I think I haven't shown that to anybody but my husband and my mom when they came out here. So this is just leaves. Y'all know how to do that. And then texture. Again, doing the supplies for doing this. They're really good about supplies, but like when we read about the little book that they did, it really, to me, it wasn't all that easy to think of, actually. But different techniques and how to do them. I love these books. I want to get the journal one. There's a journal book just like this that'll goes more into your multimedia journaling. Like I said, it's going to have to wait a little bit until I get the finances together to do that. Envelope art. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, what do you do with it? Would you use it to mail it? You got the December book from last year? Well, that's cool, Teresa. I'm probably going to be getting the November, December, and January book here pretty soon. Is what I'm thinking. Is it should be coming in pretty soon. I think this is cool because it's all done on an envelope, which the picture of it makes it look so much bigger that it's bigger than an envelope, but when you really look at it, it's not. They're not that big. They're just, here's your supplies and stuff again. Let's see what they got this box for. Let's see. Most mixed medium artists have a large collection of rubber stamps that rarely get used. It can be a good creative exercise to use the old supply in a new way. Try this fun technique for adding texture and interest in your work. First, stamp an image onto the paper using glue instead of ink. And while it is still wet, sprinkle some sort of powder onto the glue and let it dry. Dust away any excess of the powder, and some of our favorite powders can be used. And they say like spices, coffee grounds, or dirt, or me. I'm over here going, what do I have? Ooh, I have some of the. I already forgot what it's called. Oh, anyway, you use it with the heat gun. Embossing powder, I think, would be really cool. But with me doing something like that, first of all, do I want to put glue on my stamps? I mean, do you really want to put glue on my stamps? I don't know. I mean, I know it washes off and everything, but still and all, I still have a problem with thinking about using my rubber stamps on paint because you got to make sure that it comes off. I'm real fussy about my stuff. I just really am. But I've got a lot of stamps, and I'm always looking for more. I'm always looking for more. And here's the collage page for the paint brushes that you can do. You can use to play with before you do your originals, which is fun. Okay, what is this? It's called a burning issue. Mask off a perimeter of a canvas panel. Use a glue stick, adhere torn book pages and tea-stained paper scraps to the panel. Remove the masking tape. Okay, so that's a panel. Right here, the panel's right here. Yes, I did. Did you get yours, Teresa? I got mine. Oh, you didn't use washi tape on it. What book is this? It is the Somerset Studio Interactive Mixed Medium. It's Stapleton. You need to email her. If you haven't gotten your Ruth, if you haven't gotten your invoice, then yeah, I would. That's why I thought, Cindy, that she had said she was shipping this week. Yeah, I paid and everything. I've got everything done, and she said she'd be shipping this week. Okay, Cindy. Yeah, I thought she was shipping this week. So I would talk to her, Teresa, and see what email her and let her know that you haven't gotten your invoice for that. Okay. I don't know what they call it, burning issues. I think you're going to be burning something in here. Find your fire. Now in the package they look small. These look small. I'm hoping it. I don't have a. So I didn't get a when it has shipped yet. I know I paid for it, but I don't have a shipping on it, so I don't know when it's going to come. It could come today. Very easily could come today. But that one shipment is why I can't do anything for a month. That one little play just played me to having a month of fun and not being able to do anything. But these look small to me here. I keep visualizing them about the size they are here, when in all actuality, I think they're bigger. I think they're a lot bigger. They're about page size, or maybe even, you know, I'm not sure how big they are, but let's see. Did they give any instructions? Or, nope. It's just all there is. Florist wire on the top. Oh, that's interesting. Get that. It's got to be a journal, but look at how that looks. That has to be tea stand fabric. Has to be tea stand or coffee stand fabric because of the fluffs there. And just different stuff. The wood is really cool. Looks like it's all tea stained fabric, coffee stained, one of the two. I have not done any type of coffee or tea staining. A part of me wants to, but another part of me is like, I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. I don't know why things make me nervous, but this is all the items you would need to have to do this book. That's one good thing like I said before about this book is that it will give you all the items. It won't do it for you, but it will, it will help you get the, let you know, okay, this is what you're going to need for your basics. And other than that, then let you have your creative party with it. But I have never tie-dyed anything with, well, I've tie-dyed, that's a lot. I have done tie-dyeing with the, t-shirts and stuff like that, but I've never coffee stained or tea stained paper or anything like that. You can see her email on her page. Okay, Doretha, when I get done here, or Cindy, could you private message Dana's email address to Dorothea? I know I have it, but I want to put it to you in a private messenger, then send it out to the information highway on here. But one of us will get it to you. If Cindy doesn't, then I'll get it to you as soon as I get off here, okay? Get that taken care of for you. This is cute. This is real cute. Different designs done by people. I have come across a lot of artists that I really, really like, that I would like to do some of this, kind of work with them, like if we would all get on one YouTube channel, like 3 or 4 of us, and watch one of the really good artists do something. Work with her, say, okay, this is what you're gonna need. Let her say this, tell us what we're gonna need, and let it be, let us follow her if she's doing the techniques. I think that would be a ball. And there is one woman, I don't know what her last name is. I want to say her name is Dee Dee or Dee. I don't remember what her last name is, but she's very easy to follow. She's on early in the morning, and she's very easy to follow what she does. So I enjoy watching her. I've only caught her twice because she is on early, and I'm asleep. I sleep. There's the different things. That's huge just because of the size of the pencils. I mean, they may be mini pinches. That's it. Thank you, Doretha. Thank you, because that's her. Yep. She's wonderful. Ooh, this is cute. I like this one. I like the way her eyes are done. I like that they cut a piece of paper with a different eye on it. I think that's kind of cute. But I like the whole thing. But can I find myself finding the same thing? No. But it's cool. I mean, and this is what we do, what y'all do with when y'all are doing cutouts of paper and you're doing it. You send it to Doretha. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. And here there are some more. It's made eyelashes with cross stitches. Some eyelashes with cross stitches. That's cool. This is cute too. Yeah, she wanted it to get out before ahead of the hurricane. I'm sure she did. Because that other one, this next one's going to be a doozy. I pray the Lord will just have it just disappear. Just fall apart, actually. Just fall apart. And just go out to sea. Actually, I don't know if I want to go out to sea because usually when they go out to sea, they come up the East Coast. And I don't know if I want that. But I don't want Florida hit either. I don't want Florida and the Carolinas hit again. They don't need that. I don't need that at all. And here's some more of the girls, the ladies that she did, the little girls she did. This is cute. I think they're all cute. And here's some more paper that they gave you to play with. Here's this. Oh, and here's this, which is really pretty. And this is cute. This is a cute little journal. It's the different stages of where it's at. Little flip throughs. Little flips there. Walk in nature. Ooh, I remember. I read how they did that. They actually burnt those holes in those leaves. Yep, they did. They burnt the holes. The match or a candle or something. I remember reading they burnt the holes. Let's see what all they need to make these leaves and whatnot. Okay, you need book pages, gesso, either white or studio acrylics, glue stick, incense stick, or bamboo skewer, ink pad, and dried moss, a lighter or a match, packing tape, paper blank newsprint, calligraphy, cotton rag tracing, paper clips, rusted paper clips, rubber stamp. And it just says the addition of the small mini stamp. Whoever is that does the stamps, they put a kicker in for those, and scissors for thinning, and machine thread, so machine and thread, an old spatula, and an old gift card, thread, cream, tissue, rust dyed, twigs, and twine. So that's interesting. They've got it wrapped around the twig from the looks of how, and the flaps are here. Interesting. Okay, not what they got us wanting to do now. Okay. We were told not to play with fire when we were younger, and rightfully so. But now that we're older and hopefully more responsible, we can experiment with it a little. You probably held a match or some art paper to give it a burnt edge, but now it's time to try something different. Grab a few different paper scraps, including a few that are vintage or handmade. Light an incense stick or bamboo skewer. Let the tip turn red and blow it out the flame. Use this to create burn holes of all sizes in the paper scraps and glue them on the page. I'd have the bamboo to burn with, but I just don't know that that's something I'd like to do. I don't know. It's one of those things that you sit there and go, I might like to, maybe not. Let's see. The grid map. Let's see. The next time you're unhappy with how a collage or art journal page has turned out, think twice before tossing it or painting over it. There are bound to be small portions of the work that are actually quite beautiful and can be used as a collage fodder for a larger project. Grab a paper punch, as we suggest a square or circle shape, and cut out as many pieces as possible from your work. Look at them as they are and then rotate them until you're happy with the composition. Glue your favorites to this page in a grid format. So it's just giving you different ways to keep up with pieces and whatnot. I know this has been kind of boring with no artwork going on or anything, but I just couldn't do anything today. I thought, you know what, we'll do this, and Friday's a new day. We've got the word on Wednesday, and then we'll see what we do on Friday. There's no telling, and I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few opening, happy mail to open. So I'll be coming on for that too. That's interesting. Look there. Let's see what it says. The composition for the age. Companions for the age. Let's see. Got a long list of supplies. Well, that's just cute. A little heart shape. Looks like it was a heart punch from paper. A little tea bag and tea. Little piece of fabric that looks like been dyed on. This type of stuff with like the tea bag with the lace around it, I find that interesting. This is cute. I think this is real cute. Different things you can use. A part of me, if I didn't have, a part of me wish I could get two of these books. One for me to keep so I can look through it, another one for me to cut up. Or else I'll just have to make black and white pictures of it because I don't have a colored printer. But I would love to have some of these, like this butterfly and that rabbit. I would love to have some of these cut out, but I won't do it in just one, and I'm not going to have two subscriptions to the same thing, especially at the prices that they are. They're a little expensive. It's just a little box to hold all our stuff in. It is cute. Cute, cute, cute. Looks like postcards. Postcards. Some more paper. Another thing of just miscellaneous stuff. It's more of just tags, different tags that you can add to stuff. I have some of these pictures and whatnot that I'm going to be adding to things, cutting them differently than what they are and adding them to stuff. And here's this. Like I said, I am just going to go through we're almost done with this book, and then I will just have it a good evening and let y'all get back to something more exciting, I'm sure. These look really simple to do and easy. Just get some people out and go for it. I almost said to I think they're from, they look a lot like Tim Holtz, but I can't say they are. I can't say that they are because it doesn't say. But it looks a lot like his little people. Now, what do they got here? Let's see. It is no secret that mixed media artists love using all things tea related in their art. Every part of a tea bag, from the paper to the tea to the tag, can be used. Why are we moving? We are going to be moving. We are in New Jersey right now, on the coast of New Jersey. We're on the ocean side. So, what is called Jersey Shore. We're there, and my family is all in Texas. And so we're trying to move out there while we're still able to do so. Get out there, that way if something happens to my husband, at least I'm around family. If not, and something happens, he's 13 years older than I am, so he really wants to get us closer to them. Then if something happens to them, at least I have family around me. So that's why we're wanting to move, to get closer to my family. My mom and dad are 80, and they need some help. My sister and brother are out there, but they've got families, and their kids got families. So everybody has their own thing, but I just feel it'd be helpful if we were out there, because we don't have any children or anything, and could help mom and dad as we are able to do so. Just drop this back here. They give you a lot of room here in the back to try stuff. Colorful flowers and leaves on paper, plastic wrap and plexiglass on top of everything, and use rocks to weigh it down with. Leave the outside for several hours, and the sun will bleach the construction paper around the plants. That's interesting. That's kind of like stuff that's been done with doilies and stuff. That type of thing. I guess they expect somebody to actually take these apart and do something with them. Yeah. And then here are some of the go-to art palettes that some people may not like. There's a lot with the orange in it, which I just don't see. Now it's my turn to choose colors you wouldn't normally use together, and add them to the space below using a below using paints, paper, inks, or combination of them. When you're done, give each one a unique name. There's that. And the rest of it is just, it's like editor's picks. It's just like, it's there where you can, like this is little details of the different techniques and stuff. And they give you the page number that it's on, and different, when applying white through a stencil to achieve a fax Baltic look. I think. Here, let's look at this one because I find it interesting. Apply white paint. Let me see. I can't see it up there. Let's apply white paint through a stencil to achieve a fax Baltic look. Well, that's interesting. On brown. And then it just has, like I said, little different techniques of each of the things we saw, and other little added stuff. And then just some more pictures and stuff. And then there's all the advertisements and whatnot. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me while I just kind of hung out and didn't do too much. I appreciate it. I will be back come Wednesday for the Word Wednesday, and we'll be studying again. We are studying Galatians 5:22 and 23. It's the gifts of the Spirit, fruit of the Spirit, excuse me, the fruit of the Spirit, and we are at patience, peace, I think. Let me check. I want to check because I will tell you wrong if I'm not careful and I don't have my book in front of me. Hold on, I'm going to check because I want to make sure I tell y'all correctly. Kindness, that's what we want. Okay. I moved stuff around in my workroom, so it wasn't right here with me. It's kindness. The gift of kindness is what we'll be discussing Wednesday. And I will see y'all again. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Teresa, and whoever else was in the balcony just hanging out with us. And all y'all, I appreciate it a lot. I will see you Wednesday, if not before, because we do that. I will be on Wednesday for the Bible study, and if not before, then I'll be on before then if I get any packages in. Y'all have a fun day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.